everybody. Good to see you again, even though I can't see, but it's nice to know that maybe we're communicating like this. So today I wanted to show you the new in colors that start on Monday, and also make what I'm calling a frame card, and using some of the new papers and things. So we have the fresh freesia, the pale papaya, the polished pink, the evening evergreen, and the soft succulent. So we will be using those. I'll leave my little bookmark here to the side so you can see. So the first one that I was going to make is using the flamingos. Of course, love the flamingos. And I'm using some new linen paper. All right, so I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but the paper, it's just flat, it's just like paper on the one side, but the other side, I don't know if you can see it, it's almost like wallpaper, it feels like to me. Okay, so I also thought, I wonder if we can stamp on it. So yes, you can. So I stamped on this with the evening evergreen. And just to show you the difference, I also stamped on the paper so you can see that it comes out much more muted on the linen. But I really like this. I like the texture, it's really kind of cool. So to do this card, actually, I'm using the new polished pink, which at first glance to me looked like a 1950s lipstick, but the more I use it now, the more I'm really liking it. And I think that it lends itself very well to the flamingo, among other things. So you'll see. And there we go. I didn't get my tape runner started before I started the video. Okay, so I just had stamped that for the inside. All right, so on the outside, again, I'm going to put the linen paper on here on the front. Let me just go ahead and add my adhesive. I stamped ahead of time just because, in the interest of time, it usually makes it a little bit easier, and especially the die cutting, because that always takes some time. Now I have to step away and whatnot. So, all right. So again, that is the linen paper. And this is why, so I didn't need to cut the inside out of this to do this card, but I didn't want to waste that because it would be totally covered. So I thought, well, I think I'm gonna take it out so I can use this on another project. All right, and then of course I stamped my flamingo. And all we're going to do is to take, I want to put something here and then put a frame around it. Okay, so I'm not framing the whole card. This is very similar to when we did the shaker cards, okay, because I'm going to pop this up. And then I'm using a piece of this new shimmer vellum, and it comes in the in colors. Can you see this? I mean, it is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of that on the inside here. It's going to be there, but I just wanted to show you if I had put a piece of white behind it, it actually would make it a little bit lighter. Okay, but in this case, I'm just going to leave it like that with the pink in the background. You usually got to be careful attaching vellum, but because this has got that shimmer in it and it's not just opaque paper, it does not have the adhesive show through so much. Okay, and then for this one, like I said, I think I'm going to pop it up. So I'm going to take some of my long dimensionals that we used again for the shaker card. But there's no shaking going on today. I'm just using it as a frame, just breaking up the card a little bit, so you don't just have everything the same on the front. It just lends a little interest. It doesn't really take any extra effort. All right. Again, like I said last time, I'm starting to use my dimensionals more and more. As long as you can still get it in the envelope, I think it's good. All right, and then I'm going to just adhere that down. Okay, so now you can see I've got the linen on here. I've got the frame. I'm going to pop this word right here in the middle. Actually, I'm going to put it down a little bit because I'm going to put the flamingo right here on the side. So to do that, I thought I would just attach him kind of where this is going to go here. But then I'll also add just a regular dimensional to his tail feathers so that, you know, that, because it'll be popped up the same amount. And I thought that would help to keep him a little more sturdy, stable. Okay, so I'm going to pop him right on here. Again, and I'll give that glue time to dry. Even take away some of it. Again, it'll dry clear. Okay, and then I don't think I'm gonna pop this up because everything else is popped. I want that to be a little bit lower. So you can see just adding that frame, that shimmer vellum is just the bomb. And then I've got the regular on the inside. I thought that made a really pretty card. All right, so let's try it again. Let me just set this to the side. Using one of my new favorites, the shells. Friends are like seashells. Again, I'm using the in colors for this. And I took I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen for the base of the card. And you can see it's a very, very dark green. And then I took the Soft Succulent and I used that embossing folder on it. And I thought, oh, wow, that is beautiful. But then I thought, wait a minute, what about the vellum? So this shimmer vellum, look at that. It is just so pretty. All right, so I thought I would do that one instead. And you could, of course, if you wanted to, because this is going to be a little darker on there, I could put this on top of that and put it on there, and that might lighten it up a little bit. But I think I'm going to be all right just adhering it like this. And again, because of that shimmer and having not so much opaqueness, I think that it's easier to attach because, you know, with regular vellum, you've got to be very careful about not being able to see the adhesive. Okay, so now we've got the front of this card. I'm going to go ahead and I was going to put this on the inside. Using my Stampin' Seal. Okay. Now for this one, I thought I would use a oval. Doesn't have to, you know, the last one I used a rectangle. And again, I think I'm going to pop this one up. I don't always pop it up, but I think I liked this one popped up a little bit. So I'm going to attach the words to the front. And I'm just going to move these two out of the way. You could go high, you could go low, but I think I'm going to stay right in the middle for this card. Again, I'll put a little bit of my long and thin dimensionals. And these you can curve over a little bit. My hands look awful this week. I don't know why I keep getting stuck on nails, tacks, and whatever else. All right, so then we're going to attach here. And then, just like we did on the last one where I attached the flamingo on the side, I cut out some of the I stamped and cut out some of the shells. And again, these are all in the in colors because I thought it would be pretty to maybe add those over here to the side. All right, so let's try that. See what this is going to look like. I wonder if that could go underneath even if I wanted it to. I'm going to keep them on the top. All right, so to keep these even, put some of my, sometimes I do this. I will cut out a number of these and then just kind of play with it. Put it, here on this side or on that side and just see kind of how I like it better rather than having a specific idea. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, and I thought I would just attach some of this and I'll cut that piece off. Put that there. I can put the sand dollar there. And starfish on this side. And the shell down there. Now remember last time I actually embossed the shell before I cut it out. I want to make sure you can see this. Okay. Now we could leave it just on the one side, or I could also put a set down here, which is why I cut two of them, like this. Okay, but I think, I don't know. I think I will. I didn't know if it was going to make it too busy. I think it's going to be all right. It's always a fun time when the new catalog comes out and we've got these new things. So this shimmer vellum just comes in the in colors. Oops. My hands got sticky. I don't think I put enough glue on. There we go. But the colors, as you'll see, you could use them with anything. So I think it'll be really good. And again, I'll put the little guy. And I'm just trying to make sure I don't cover up the words. There. And then I think that still leaves enough of the shimmer vellum in the embossing folder that you can see. I think that came out really pretty. You open it there, and then I'll just take it and snip off this piece that goes over and this piece that goes over. You could fold it under, I'm sure, if you'd like, but isn't that pretty? So we've used the embossing folder, we use that new shimmer vellum, and then we just die cut some of the shells. So this, I think that one came out really nice also. Okay, so now we've got a couple of things from the brand new catalog that you would not have had yet. I haven't used them yet. So I'm going to use these new hand-penned Memories and More cards and envelopes. So they've got the envelope that looks like this. There. Get that out of the way. And they have the card that looks like this, and it's white on the inside. I've already stamped this. Okay, you can see it has two different little flower groups, and then these are the ones that you stamp on the inside so you don't have to color the flowers. All right, so let's bring some pieces over here. Let me show you what I did. Again, I just cut out a bunch of things. Now the paper, the designer series paper matches. It just got some different colors in it, but it matches these flowers in the stamp set on the one side, and then the other side is just the solid, or more solid, I should say. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go this way, landscape instead of portrait. And I thought, even though I hate to cover up this beautiful thing, I just really wanted to use a piece of the Designer Series paper. Now, for those of you that have been around for a while, this fresh freesia, it reminds me a lot of the orchid. If you remember that orchid opulence, which I missed terribly, so I was really glad to see this pop up. All right, so then we're going to have the hand penned. This is the Designer Series paper. And then I'm just going to take the rectangle again, and I stamped the anything is possible. And this time I'm going to lay it flat. You don't always have to pop this up. I don't know, I've got some adhesive there. I'm going to put that in the middle, and I'll show you why in a minute. I've got it stamped to the side. And then I'm going to, I'll have to use my liquid because this is not thick enough for my stamp and seal. There we go. See, I'm just laying this one flat. I didn't think, you could pop it up like I did on the other ones, but you can see that you can also just lay it flat and it still frames. So then I was going to take these flowers and put them up here. So even though it's a little bit busy, I think that it works. So I could do those flowers, or I could do these. Since I've got the purple here, I might just use these. Okay. So now again, dimensionals. So I want to pop something up on the card. Hands always get so sticky. Looking forward to maybe being able to see people in person before too long. I don't know. See what happens. All right. So I could do this way. I think I'm going to go this way. That's why I put the words way over to the side. Now, we can also, I thought I'd cut out 3. I only see 2. I cut out from some of that shimmer vellum. I cut out some of the flowers that I could just overlay on here. I really wanted to. I think I'm going to, because I think that just adds a little bit of a pop. I think the shimmer vellum is really going to be popular because it's easy to use. It's just adds, like I like to add like a wink of Stella or something. It adds that little bit of something extra. Just get a little bit going on there. Again, you could pop those up if you want to. Okay, and then there's also, I tried doing it for this flower. See, they've got this hole cut out. Let's see, that would go this way. That I could have covered this entire flower, and I will do that on another card. But see how that it just makes it, when you move the card, you just see that little bit of shimmer. And then I stamped the flower on the inside on that one. So I hope that you will try what I'm calling a frame card. That one, this one, and this one. So it doesn't matter which way your card goes, landscape or portrait. It doesn't matter what size frame you use, what shape, whether it's rectangle, oval, square, any shape is fine. You just want to put something inside the rectangle or inside the frame, and then something on top of the frame. And that gives it a lot of dimension. I think it just gives it a lot of interest. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day and that you've enjoyed seeing some of the new in colors. Bye-bye.